Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of News You Can Use. This is the first show of the new year here at LaSalle TV for this program, and I am delighted to be back. I'm Thera Milling. Today on the program, we're going to take the whole 26 minutes or so to really shine the spotlight on a particular section of North Philadelphia. And I just want you to know that we're going to do this with some of the other areas of the city as well. We want to talk about business quarters, commercial business quarters, and how they're doing, what their history is. But because I'm so passionate about North 22nd Street where I work, I figured I would start there. And we will spotlight the new president of the North 22nd Street Business Association, and we'll talk about the history and what is yet to come for North 22nd Street, as well as for some of the other business corridors in our city. We'll be back to start our program in a moment. Stay with us. And here we go. Welcome to our program, News You Can Use. If you just turned your television set on, then you missed me talking about what we were doing on today's show. But let me introduce myself first of all. I'm Thera Milling. I'm the host of this program. We call it News You Can Use. And we're back for another season. We're glad to be here back at LaSalle TV 56 and Verizon Fios Channel 36. Today on the program, we're shining the spotlight on business quarter number 1, North 22nd Street. The business quarter is between 22nd and Lehigh down to 22nd and Allegheny. And it is an official business quarter for the city of Philadelphia. That means there's particular focus and interest by the city to assist and help that business quarter to survive. Other business quarters include such streets as 52nd Street, Baltimore Avenue, Shelton Avenue, Wayne Avenue, Germantown Avenue, and Lord knows Germantown Avenue is from one end of town almost to the other. So there's a number of different business associations along the way. Frankfurt Avenue, Kensington Avenue, the list sort of goes on and on. But we're glad that North 22nd Street is one of the official business quarters here in the city of Philadelphia. And to help us tell the story, we have the brand new, newly sworn in president of the North 22nd Street Business Association, Mr. Carey joins me. Thank you for coming.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I am so glad to have you with us today, and finally to really bring in an official to tell the story about North 22nd Street. First of all, how long have you had a business on North 22nd Street, and the name of your business, please?
We've been there since 2006. It's Precious Babies Learning Academy, and well, that's one of our 6 locations, and one of my favorites out of those 6. And I've personally been in the 22nd Street business area for, I almost hate to say it, but over 40 years.
Over 40 years.
Yes.
Now, while you're telling us that your Precious Babies Learning Center on North 22nd Street has been around since 2006, you've actually been in that general area for almost 40 years?
Well, I grew up in that area.
Okay.
I went to the neighborhood elementary school. I went to the neighborhood high school.
I want names. Name names.
Oh, Pierce Elementary.
Yes.
I went there for 5th and 6th grade.
Yeah.
Merrill Dobbins High School from 9th grade
I love Dobbins.
to 12th grade, so I graduated from there, and 2 great schools.
Wow.
Great experiences.
Wow, so this is home. How
Yes.
does it feel to, I mean, this is home, and then to come back as a grown man, a college graduate, successful, and to plant your seeds for your business where you grew up? Like how
Well,
does
I
that
actually
feel?
never left, so I didn't have to come back. Actually, my
I mean,
mother's
just from
still
college.
Yeah, my mother's still in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
and so I've always been around, always aware of what's going on in the neighborhood, know the people, you know, from their parents, my friends' parents, now their parents and grandparents. So I like that connection, you know, knowing the people and servicing their needs.
Okay, so then, so you know the area. It's not like you just popped up and you had to be a newcomer to learn some of the business owners. You even, I'm assuming, knew some of the older guys, like Dave's Meats has been around forever, or Alvin Little's spot, a female fashions who was there for 40 years, Ray Murphy with Tommy's Men's Store for over 40 years before he just sold recently. So you knew these guys anyhow.
Oh yes, I've watched them as I grew up, and was always admired you know, their businesses on the corridor, and got a lot of insight from them guys. You know, pretty good people, and they're still around.
Okay,
so that's the most important thing.
In moving and putting one of your very successful daycare learning centers on North 22nd Street, Precious Babies, you have another one that's right around the corner on West Cambria.
Yes.
The one center takes the younger babies, and then the other location takes a little bit older?
Well, it's a mixture of both.
Mixture? Okay.
One has the oldest and the youngest, and then the other one has the middle ground. So they actually work in conjunction as one.
Okay. So now when you were deciding what you were going to put on North 22nd Street, you looked at the landscape. You see that there's quite a few barbershops / beauty salons, or a lot of hair stores that are on North 22nd Street. Did that come into play when you made your decision about bringing a daycare center there, or that was already your plan?
That was already my plan. We were just expanding from our first location, and I just looked at need, and I seen the need for that particular neighborhood. I was, again, as I said earlier, you know, very familiar with what's going on in that neighborhood, and it was a great opportunity. You know, I satisfied a need for the people, and you know, it just helped with our expansion.
With an excellent reputation as well, which is so important. When I look at young mothers out here today, and I think about myself back in the day when I was a young mother, and having to work and having to make a decision about leaving my child at a daycare center, which I didn't want to do. I would have preferred, I wanted to leave him home with my mom or grandmom or somebody like that. But it couldn't be that way. It had to be in a daycare center, and it was tough. Making that decision and doing some homework to know that you are leaving your child in a good place, in a loving place, a caring place that's clean, it's, you know, by following all the standards of the law, and doing a great job and giving the children love, not just the standards of the law.
Well, that's priceless for a parent to drop the kid off and know that they're safe, know they don't have to worry about them. They can go to work, they can go to school and take care of business, and have that comfortability knowing those individuals are going to take care of their child. That's priceless for any parent. And that's what we do. And as you mentioned, reputation, we build our reputation over the years to let people know that we're here to service them. And it's all about them and their children, and we're going to do the best job that can be done. I always preach that our business has the most valuable product in the world, and that's people's children. And we always have to get it right. We always have to be on the top of our ball game. And Precious Babies has built a reputation doing those things.
That is wonderful, and we're going to talk more about Precious Baby in our second segment. But now I want to get back on the focus of North 22nd Street and what your vision might be. I guess if Thera had her way, North 22nd Street would look like Northern Liberties. It would look like the Germantown Avenue portion that's in Chestnut Hill. I mean, it would look like that, and I believe that we can get there. But we do have our challenges, and when I hear some of the history of North 22nd Street, going back to the 40s and stuff, like it was popping, and there were many successful businesses along the corridor, but also when I look at all those big factories that used to be all around the corridor. So people who, I'm told, worked in those factories often lived in the neighborhood or not, but they shopped on North 22nd Street. And when those factories started shutting down in the 70s, that impacted the community in a negative way. And so you end up with these gaping giant buildings that are empty and broken out windows and graffitied up and looking like they're begging for somebody, please buy me and tear me down or something. And then also the business impact it has hurt to some degree. Businesses who perhaps were there for a long time who finally did decide to close, and others who are staying, but what I hear them say sometimes is, I'm just hanging on. And I don't want them to say that. I want them to be able to say, business is banging, Thera.
Yes.
You know?
Well, I mean, you know, hopefully with help from the city, you can go back to those days you were talking about. You have to remember also you had the County Stadium right there. So people who, before the games went down there and shopped, and after the game shopped down there. So it wasn't just the factory. So it's a lot going on in that area, you know. And, you know, of course, that baseball stadium drew a lot of people from all over the city to see and recognize, you know, 22nd Street. You know, getting back to heydays like that is a challenge, you know, but it starts with our new streetscape that we should be getting from the city of Philadelphia. Just seeing the atmosphere change, and it's going to motivate a lot of people, you know, to do things. One of my goals is to try to get some team building in that area, you know. We have meetings once a month with our business association, and, you know, try to build up participation for that. Let people know what's going on in our area, what we're trying to do, what they can do to help us get to the goals that we want to obtain. So that's one of my main challenges, getting people, I guess I'd say with an old school mentality, taking ownership of your neighborhood.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
we all, of course, we want to clean our own neighborhoods, you know, and keep them clean, provide the services that people want, and get to know the people. You get to know the people as friends, not just customers. That's going to go a whole long way, and that's kind of what we do in our business.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. When I think about businesses on North 22nd Street that I just want everybody downtown, I'm talking about the big shots that make the decisions about money and stuff to come see. I think about Precious Babies Daycare Center. I think about that brand new restaurant that just opened, Catch 22. I
Okay.
think about Yadine's Oil Scents. We've got several cell phone businesses that look nice, like the owners took time to invest and make the establishment look really nice. Brazilian Hair Salon, absolutely
Yes.
outstanding. What
Very
Mr. Ray
beautiful,
Murphy, the owner of that property, along with the lady who is renting the property, have done to make it like, you know, one of the just most posh looking
Yeah,
hair
very
salons that
glamorous,
any
yes.
lady would want to go to. Then down the other end, I see a brand new barbershop that is opened, Major League. And I understand that the gentleman who actually owns that, he's got a second barbershop in West Philadelphia. So it looks like he's trying to do what you're doing, expanding and getting on a number of business quarters. So you really see some things happening along North 22nd Street. It is exciting. There's a brand new printing shop. A young man owns that called Fresh Prints, P-H-R-E-S-H. Fresh Prince Inc., and he's doing his thing. Another couple of other barber salons that have just stepped up their pace and have remodeled and what have you. There's some women's clothing stores, Lovewear and Festique Boutique that, I don't know if you've been in there, Ken, but they have
No, I
some
haven't.
nice things for the ladies that we just love. I mean, jewelry, the clothing, the whole 9 yards. And so I say that North 22nd Street is popping, it's happening, and more good things are getting ready to happen. There's a Family Dollar coming to where the old Murray Steaks used to be. They are
Yes.
in there working as we speak. We'll soon be circulating flyers about job opportunities for that store. The Thriftway is going, and I know who's coming, but I've not been authorized to say it yet, so I won't say that one yet, but that means more jobs coming for our community. And no, they might not be corporate jobs, and no, they might not be making $40,000 or $50,000 a year, but I say a paycheck beats a blank. And you
Yes.
got to start somewhere. And I know people who started their college careers and what have you working at minimum wage kind of jobs, such as myself, at a McDonald's or what have you, just to get your footing and to get started. And it's extra money that can help you along the way. So no shame in my game. Absolutely. I'm excited about 22nd Street and your
Oh, yeah, I'm
leadership.
definitely
And your
excited.
leadership. You have a co-partner in doing some of this work, and that being in the form of one Stacy Shields Esquire.
Yes.
So you don't have to do it all by yourself.
Oh, that's good. All the help you can get is it's going to be beneficial, and that's another one of my challenges. Try to get more and more people on board. You know, the more the better. You know, a lot of different experiences, you know, different approaches to help this business corridor move on to where we wanted to go. And
Okay. All right. When we come back, I want to ask you about. Okay, you've got 6 business locations for your daycare. And these other business quarters. So my gosh, how do you do it all? Like, do you go to meetings for all the business quarters that have active business associations? How do you do it? And he's also going to tell us how he got to where he is today. What steps of success did he take? Like, what education did he get? From where? We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
You are now watching LaSalle TV.
We continue now with this edition of News You Can Use, and Happy New Year, everybody. This will be our first show of the new season, and if you feel like I did over the holidays, you are ready for me to do some new shows, because I check in on the LaSalle channel, channel 56 all the time, because I have Comcast service in my home, and I kind of said, all right, reruns, let's get some new shows going. So I am so thankful for the opportunity to come back to LaSalle and to be here and to share what we believe to be useful and positive and good information about different things that are happening all over the city of Philadelphia. Whenever we can spotlight something that's happening with LaSalle, we certainly want to do that, and just other good stuff that's happening around the city. That's how we do what we do here at LaSalle TV with this program, News You Can Use. In our first segment, we were talking with Mr. Ken Carey, and we'll continue that conversation right now. Mr. Ken Carey is the new president of the North 22nd Street Business Association, and he is a successful business owner in his own right. He has his business, Precious Babies Learning Center on North 22nd. He also has a location that's right around the corner from North 22nd on Cambria Street, and he has 4 other locations aside from that. So now, first I want to ask you about the Business Association. One last thing about that. Why it's important for business owners, when you get on a business corridor or anywhere where you see that there's a group that's trying to organize around business owners to be supportive to each other, why is it important to join that group?
Well, the whole main goal is to develop that community, develop that business corridor, and it's going to benefit everyone to come together as a team. We're going to draw people, and that's our focus, try to figure out a way that we can all draw people, because once they leave your shop, they'll come to mine and his and hers. And, you know, it's all about numbers. As you know, we've had some summer, I don't want to say program, but events, and to draw a crowd down there, just to let them see the shops we have, where people can sample food and, you know, sample products and things of that nature. And again, that's all about drawing people and drawing attention to our community, to our business district. And if everyone gets on board, they know people here and there, it just develops that community, bring everyone together, and that's the focus that you want to work on.
And certainly for North 22nd Street, and I can't speak for all the business corridors in the city because I haven't been to all of them, but North 22nd Street, the racial makeup, I know I've heard about the way it used to be in the 40s and the 50s. It was Italian, it was Irish, it was Jewish. And then come the 70s, I'm told that there were a lot more African-American business owners who sort of had an influx on North 22nd Street. Well, now fast forward to the year 2016, there's a mixture of African-American business owners, many of whom have been there for quite some time. There's some newer, younger bucks that are coming in now, African-American business owners. But then we have a good representation from the Asian American community and from the Hispanic community. We've got 2 businesses on the corridor that are African, from the motherland Africa, hair braiding salons, 2 of them. And we've got our Dominican sisters and brothers who are working along the business corridor. I think it is a good taste of representation of our world. And the fact is that God made all of us, and yes, we can exist together and do well together and partner and support each other. So I, like you, I just want to see more of it happening, and I believe that North 22nd will continue to grow. Now, with you being a business owner on so many other business corridors too, how do you stretch yourself to go to all these business association meetings?
Well, I mean, we're very busy, and my partner, my wife, she's the president of the company, so we put each other to work doing different things. I do handle most of the liaison between business districts and things of that nature in the communities. But, you know, it's almost like it's very fun. So then it's not work. I really enjoy the people, the communities, reaching out, helping, you know, or at least doing my part in helping all these communities and business corridors grow. So it's kind of fun, and it's not even work. You know, it's and that's the only way I can really say it. You know, if you can make work fun, then it's not work.
Well, let me ask you this. Are any of the other business corridors that you're involved with right now going through streetscaping? Because that would almost be too much to bear.
Well, there have been Germantown and Lehigh. They did some streetscaping there, and they modernized that area, and that was
And
the
you lived
latest.
through it.
and,
You lived through it. He's a witness.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
supported it.
fear not when you hear of streetscaping coming to your community business quarter. What that
That's right.
means basically is that the city is putting down new sidewalks, new curbs, a brand new street. They're digging up the street. They're taking all those old corroded
Yes.
pipes out. They're replacing stuff. And so it's a kind of a pain in the neck process while it's going on. You know, you got to walk through dirt and mud. You can't park perhaps like you used to park on certain business areas while they're going through it. It's a pain in the neck. But at the end of the day, when you're looking all better and you're starting to look like a Chestnut Hill or a Northern Liberties or even Baltimore Avenue, which is fabulous
Yes.
now, it's worth it. It's
well
worth it.
Well
So
worth it.
we're
I mean,
encouraging.
it's a sacrifice, but you know, it's well worth it.
We're encouraging our business owners to keep on hanging in there, keep on believing it's going to get better for 22nd Street, as well as for some of these other business corridors that are out here. And I'm wishing them all well, even though I'm, you know, the cheerleader for North 22nd, because of these meetings that we go to and trainings that are mandatory trainings downtown with the Commerce Department. I have counterparts. I have friends who are business corridor managers just like me. And a lot of the things that we experience, we're all experiencing challenges with the litter, trying to make people understand, stop dropping your trash as you walk along. Take pride in your community. Little simple things like that, to trying to convince business owners, we know you've been here a long time and we appreciate you and love you for that. And you know what, if you do some fresh paint this spring, that's going to really pop your business a little bit better. You know, that kind of stuff that you have to sort of gently say with love sometimes, not to offend anyone. But there's a lot of work to this business quarter thing, but I'm enjoying it. I am absolutely enjoying it, having fun with it, and a couple of projects that are cooking that I'm praying and asking God to allow me to be there to see them to their fruition before I move on and do something else.
Right.
You know, it's been a lot of fun doing this business quarter thing. All right, so before we run out of time completely, I'm always meeting people who say, I'm going to start a business. I want to be an entrepreneur. How do you do it? How do you get there? Give us some basic kind of tips that people can walk away with from this show.
Well, I mean, everyone has different experiences. In my experience, I worked with several companies in the past, getting invaluable management experience, management people skills, and I always say that's probably the toughest part of managing the people skills. And I use that to propel myself through my own personal business ventures. You need money to start our programs, but passion is very, very good.
If you don't have money, let's say you come from a family that's been economically challenged from back in the day, and money is like not there.
Okay.
So would your suggestion be just keep following your dreams and save and work and save so you have your own pocket
Exactly.
money to start with? Or do you
Exactly.
suggest going to the bank and trying to get a loan? Or do you collect money from all of your friends and family and try to do it that way? Or do you do a mixture of all of the above?
You can do a mixture of all of those. I mean, you know, I work, and save.
And you had a partner in this with you, your wife. She believed in the vision. You all
Yes.
believed in the vision.
Yes, working together, and you know, seeing it to fruition. I mean, it's again a lot of different experiences you can bring to the table, a lot of different avenues you can bring money to the table.
When you first started your business, did you know then, when you started your first Precious Babies, we're going to have a string of these? Did you know that?
No, I did not know. I really wanted to cleaners. One of the first real estate properties that we purchased was at 15th and Erie, and I had cleaners there with an older couple there. And I eventually was going to take that over, modernize it, because when I went to school here at LaSalle, I worked in the cleaners laundromat business.
Excuse me? You went to see, just slip that one in there, folks.
Yeah.
You went to school where? Here at LaSalle?
Yes, I have my Bachelor of Science in Business Administration here.
Business Administration, right here from good old LaSalle University.
And
Fantastic.
I went to I worked for a cleaners laundromat company, so I knew people in that business. I knew that business, and that was my original goal. I was going to open up several cleaners. Got a little distracted into the daycare business, and of course I worked with children for many years, so it was easy to get into that business. So.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. So you all chose that, stepped out on faith and hard savings and money, and got your first one open, and then from there said, okay, boy, there's a need for this, and then opened the second one. You scouted around your locations to make for sure that it made sense?
Yes, we're very particular of the locations we picked. As they always say in business, location, and we really took that philosophy to heart, and it's worked out very, very well for us.
All right, well, I am excited for you. I thank you for this opportunity to spotlight
Thank
North
you.
22nd Street, to talk a little bit about your vision for North 22nd Street, to talk about precious babies, and we are just looking forward to seeing great things coming, and I am looking forward to being a helpmate and partner for you to do whatever we can to make a difference in North Philly and for business owners in Philadelphia in general. This thing can grow, and I think that a lot more can happen under your leadership and that of Stacy Shields Esquire and the rest of the team that is North 22nd Street. Great things are coming.
Yes, they most definitely will be.
Yeah.
That's for
And
sure.
all the best to Precious Babies. How old is Precious Babies now? All of your
Coming May, we'll be starting our 15th year of operation.
15th year.
Yes.
And you're the kind of boss that's so good. You appreciate your staff so much. Once a year, you do an employee appreciation event and let everybody get dressed up and come to a
Yes.
very nice place and celebrate.
Yes, we do that every year.
That is special.
Employees love it. I love it. And
That
it's a
makes
great
good
time for all of
business
us.
sense. That makes good business sense
Yes.
too, right? You keep happy employees and they're going to do their jobs
Yes.
to the best of their ability. That's fantastic. All right. Okay, we are winding down on this edition of News You Can Use. We thank Mr. Ken Carey so much, our president for North 22nd Street, for being our very special guest today. I want to thank all the students who are part of this show and making it happen and putting us on the air. And to Professor Tanya Ellis, we appreciate you so very much as well. Hey, everybody, this is a presidential election year. If you have not yet registered to vote, you want to make sure you can do it. It's very, very easy. Make sure you register to vote today. Be involved in the political process. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching.